Dowager Duchess of Glenkirk. "Oh, no, you don't," Charlie said, suddenly laughing. "Barbara and I do not intend to be left in charge of those two vixens you've raised and influenced, and Cadby is not big enough for all of you. Nay, you will remain here, dear mamma, where I may keep an eye on this family's current crop of wicked wenches." "Then I shall go and prepare for my granddaughter's arrival," Jasmine said. "The outrider arrived less than an hour ago. She should be here shortly. I requested she travel without a servant of her own. I have chosen a sensible Queen's Malvern lass for her." She turned and walked away from the old family hall. "I shall be down when the coach arrives, Charlie," she told him. The Duke of Lundy turned to his beautiful wife Barbara, who had been sitting silently during the entire exchange. "Well," he demanded of her, "what say you, my lady wife?" "I have never known your mother's judgment to be wrong, Charlie," the Lady Barbara replied. "Whatever has happened to young Frances, she has been charged with no crime. These rumours of murder will frankly make her far more interesting to the gentlemen of the court than if she were just an ordinary young widowed colonial coming to court with the backing of her influential relations. Indeed, I fear it may take the light from Diana and my own Sinara. I want those two wed before they get into any difficulties we cannot get them out of, Charlie." The Duke chuckled. "They are just high-spirited, my darling," he murmured. "They are a pair of young devils, Charlie. We've all spoiled them dreadfully. Young Frances's difficulties, whatever they are, will pale in comparison with the mischief Diana and Sinara can get into. They go to court this winter, and we will find them husbands as soon as possible," the beautiful Duchess of Lundy said firmly. "If you say so, my darling," he answered her. Barbara shook her head, laughing. "I do say so," she told him. Then she kissed him. "Thank goodness we only had one child, Charlie. I do not believe I should have survived with a second like Sinara." The Duchess sighed deeply. "I love her, but she is every bit a Stuart, arrogant and proud." "You think me arrogant and prideful?" he asked her, surprised. "Yes, but you have those qualities in the nicest way. Aye, you are proud to be a Stuart, and because of your Stuart grandparents you've never known any stigma of being born on the wrong side of the blanket. But you can become cold and proud when anyone has the temerity to suggest that you are any less for your birth than you really are. After all, your grandfather was King of England and Scotland. Your father was the heir to that throne before his untimely death. The late king was your beloved uncle. The present king your favourite cousin, and he certainly favours you. You are the not-so-royal Stuart, Charlie, but you are Stuart nonetheless. Our daughter, however, thinks that being a Stuart places her above everyone else. She believes that being related to the king gives her advantages and privileges that she really does not have. Your mother and I have tried to convince her otherwise, but Sinara will have her own way. One day, however, she will learn otherwise, of course." Charlie looked troubled by his wife's words, but then the sound of a carriage coming up the driveway reached his ears. "She is here," he said. "Come, Barbara, and let us meet Fortune's daughter, who may or may not have murdered her husband." "If your mother says it is all right, my darling," the Duchess of Lundy responded, "then I will trust that it is. Lord help us, my husband. We will now have 3 vixens on our hands to marry off." Part 1. England, 1667 to 68. The King's Fancy. Chapter 1. Frances Devers had spent the several weeks crossing the ocean in a fog of sorrow and pain. A short year ago she'd been courted by the handsomest man in all the colonies, and then at Christmas Parker Randolph had asked for her hand, and she had accepted. He was a Virginia Randolph, although not from the more important branch of the Randolphs who were involved in the politics of the colony. His family were distant cousins, but still he was a Virginia Randolph, her sister Maeve said enviously, admiring the diamond and pearl ring her youngest sibling now wore. Maeve was married to the eldest son of a local tobacco farmer. The preparations had begun for a June wedding. There had been parties and balls, and even picnics once the spring came. There was a trousseau to be made. A modiste and a tailor had come all the way from Williamsburg with their staffs to do the work, helped, of course, by the plantation servants. There were virtually no slaves on her family's tobacco plantation.